Hello, my name is Kemi Bamishaye. I am part of Team Elevate, which is within MA Finance Academy. If you are new to our team and you've been curious, then this video is for you. If you're somebody that's just curious about NFP, this video is for you too. So in this video, I'll be sharing what NFP actually is, when it's released, who releases it, and what it looks like on a chart. So if you're interested in finding out more about NFP, just stay tuned, like and subscribe. You will be able to find out when I'm releasing next videos if you subscribe to me. What I'm going to be doing really is touching on the basics of trading for those of us that are new to it and need just that additional information given to you in bite size that can be broken down and easy to understand. This is accessible to you. You can do it. Okay, you just need to apply yourself. And I'm on my journey and I'm not six figure yet, but I'm gonna be. So follow me along that journey, and if you're interested in joining our team as well, then feel free to contact us on the information below. Someone will be happy, to give you a call, talk to you more, carry out your due diligence, work out what we're about. But if you want to find out more about trading, then you're in the right place. Now, this particular video is on non-farm payroll, and we're gonna dive in. If you want financial independence, trading is the way forward. Trust me. In the climate that we're in, the economic climate that we are in, and these uncertain times that we are in, we need to start waking up and finding out and skilling up and finding out how can we be in control of our future. That is what this is all about, right? So non-farm payroll, it is a figure that is released every month, okay, and it is an economic indicator within the United States economy, okay. What is it? It's about employment. It tells us how employment is within the US, okay. So that means that there'll be a forecast, and then has it reached that forecast? Has it superseded that forecast? Or is it underneath that forecast? And we'll talk a bit more about that later on. So who's not within these figures? Non-farm payroll means that it's not farm employees because their business is cyclical. It's not government employees. It's not private household employees. And it's not non-profit organisations, employees within those organisations either. Okay. When does it happen? First Friday of every month. So put that in your calendar. If you're in a trade, you need to be aware that first Friday of every month, NFP happens. When does it happen? Exactly. Okay, if you're in the US, it's 08:30 EST. Okay, that is the time that those results are released for the public, and as soon as they are released, then the markets react immediately. If we're in the UK, then we follow in the UTC +1. It will be 13:30. Okay, so just be mindful of that on that particular day there will be some consolidation, and then towards the time that it's about to be released, there will be a lot of movement within the markets. We need to be aware of that. Our technical analysis, which I am passionate about, will fly out of the nearest window. Okay, so just be aware of that, and if you're not sure what you're doing, then you might want to close your positions. So by knowing this information, you're in a stronger position, most definitely. You can be informed about what you're doing. If you want to trade it, then you're doing it with that in mind. But if you're new to trading, I do not recommend that you are trading NFP on a live account. If you want to have a play on a demo, you can do that, and find out what works for you. But I don't recommend anybody that doesn't know very much about trading to trade NFP. So if the results of the report are favourable to the US, then this will impact the US pairs significantly, but not only US pairs, it will impact the whole market right across the board. If it's not favourable, that will impact it. This is high impact news. So it's the most important economic data report in the world, okay? Hands down, everybody's interested in what these figures are, okay? And they are produced by the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. And as I said before, it's based on the employment figures, and that's roughly 80% of the workforce. Now, what does it look like? If you are used to using investing.com or Forex Factory, then you will see right now for the current month that you're looking at, you'll see a forecasted figure. Now, this forecasted figure, I'm just using my cursor to show you here, that is what the prediction is for the current month. Now, once it's released immediately, then you will have an actual figure. Now, if that actual figure is below the forecast, that means that it is going to have a bearish impact on the, on the pairs or on the economy. And if that figure is higher, say for example, this actual figure could be 1500K, then that would be a much more favourable forecast, and then it would become a bullish market across the board for the US economy. So I'm hoping that this is making sense. If you've got any questions, drop them in the chat box. I'll get back to you. This is what it looks like on a chart, and I think, this is such a brilliant capture. This is September 2020. This is what happened before, during and after non-farm payroll. So we can see before here that it's consolidating. Okay, no one wants to really make a real position on what's going to happen because it's so unpredictable. Until those reports come out, everyone's just like, I'm not sure. And then once those reports hit, do you remember that in the actual figures, it was less than the forecast? So by rights, that means that it should have gone down. The US figures would have reduced, but we can see in this chart here that at 8:30, look what happens. It actually rises, which means that it's faked out. So just say, for example, you said, oh, I know that, it's not going to be favourable, so I'm going to go into a sell. Your stop loss would have been wiped out a long time ago. Okay, so one, you really need to be by the screen, and two, that first movement that comes out is predominantly fake. Okay, so it's a fake out. So this, you don't really want to be jumping into a trade immediately as soon as the time comes. And we'll also talk about spreads as well. So we can see then, once it's hit, once the market has hit this point, you can see that it actually does what it should do, which is to go down. Okay, it should be bearish. So that is really good. If I say so myself, that's a really good example to show and explain what NFP does to the market. Okay, so what happens with a spread? So a spread is what the broker takes, the commissions that the broker takes every time that we place a trade. Most of the times we place a trade, it's just, like 0.5 of a spread or 1 or 2 pips of a spread. But during high impact news, not just NFP, you need to be really careful with regard to when you place your trade and how you place your trade. So if you're entering a trade during that period, then your spread is going to be really wide, and the brokers, they make their money. That's how they make their money, and they will take 20 to 30 pips of your money before you start to enter into any form of profit. So just bear that in mind. when you're trading, and that will vary from broker to broker, but just be mindful, and it's some research to do. Who should trade? Who should trade? I'm moving myself over here. Okay, those who know what they're doing. It makes a difference if you know what you're doing. Don't just be jumping into these trades and just, oh, it didn't work. Trading's not for me. Be informed about what you're doing. And if you're not sure, just leave it alone. Also, if you're not sure, you can use your demo account. You can practice and see, is it something that you would like to do? Because it's really volatile and might cause you to just stress out. And if that's something that you don't want, then maybe you should just leave NFP alone. Just be aware that it happens, and then just say, right, for that day I stay away from my trades. Now, if you do want to do it, then I recommend that you look into Bloomberg. You can watch Bloomberg on TV, and you can go to investing.com, which is I love that website. I think it's really good. Forex Factory is another one, and they will give you advice on what the market is doing running up to that and what they predict it would do. Now, Bloomberg is one of the strongest ones. You can watch that on TV, or you can listen to that on the radio, and find out what Bloomberg are saying online. I'm hoping that this video has been helpful to you, just with regard to how to move forward with NFP. And I believe that I do have one more slide for you, and that is, what should you do about the trades that you're in? So if you're currently trading, or if it's NFP day today and you're in a trade, you might want to, if it's a short-term trade, you might want to come out of that trade and wait for that volatile environment to close and to stop. Or if you're on a long-term trade now, if you're looking at weeklies, monthlies, then you'll be able to sustain it because you're holding it for a longer period of time. But if you're doing short-term trades, I highly recommend that you secure the bag, secure your profits, okay? If you have got some lovely technical analysis on your small time frames, they will be irrelevant. They don't mean anything during this time. Now, there is money to be made. There is definitely money to be made on NFP if you know what you're doing. That's important. Now, if you don't know what you're doing, you might just want to learn about what's happening. This is a good starting point, and you can start, looking into what Bloomberg are saying and what actually happens on a demo account. I think that's the best thing to do. That's the best way to learn. So you're actually experiencing it yourself. You experience the movement, and you know whether this is a kind of trading that you want to be doing. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Lovely talking to you today. And I, once again, if you've gained anything from this video, I would like you to like this video and subscribe to this video for more videos like it. Take good care. God bless. Bye.